Thank you, Madam Speaker, and through you to the members, I rise today in support of House 4930, an act expanding protections for reproductive rights. In speaking in unequivocal support of this bill, I am feeling, like many of you I expect, a range of emotions. I am devastated that this bill is even necessary. I am gutted by the Supreme Court cruelly overturning Roe v. Wade, conscripting girls and women in roughly half the country into pregnancy. I'm proud to be a member of a chamber that rejects that cruel decision, a decision that defies jurisdictional principles, that ignores the role of abortion in human history, including in this nation, and that defies the practical realities of women, girls, and their families. And I'm resolved, like you, to support policies that protect patients and their medical providers in making private healthcare decisions, and policies that affirm their agency and the liberty of each woman and girl that they should have in shaping her own future. I'm incredibly grateful for the leadership of so many in the House in making this vote possible. I think particularly you, Mr. Speaker. I was so encouraged to see your strong statements following the leaked opinion earlier this spring. I'm confident in the methodical preparation for the final decision that you and your leadership team undertook. And it's wonderful to know that we have a swift and comprehensive response just days following the Supreme Court's final ruling. I also thank the gentleman from the North End. Your work throughout my time in the legislature on reproductive health care has been incredible. I thank the gentleman from Stoneham and his committee team for the strong work coming out today. And I thank all of my colleagues who have spoken before me for your resolute support of this bill. The Supreme Court's cruel rejection of legal precedent last week ushers in a dystopian reality for millions of families in our country. The court's decision empowers out-of-step state legislatures to ban abortion with no regard for individual circumstance, and it enables them to deputize individuals who can enforce these bans in an indiscriminate manner, tearing apart the already fragile threads of our social connectivity. There's no consideration for the age of a pregnant person. There's no consideration for the stage of pregnancy, no consideration of the risks associated with a particular pregnancy, including and up to the potential death of a mother. No consideration for pregnancy resulting from rape or incest. No consideration for the viability of the fetus. All banned. And frankly, not just abortion care. I've been reading about how other reproductive health procedures may be criminalized. In the 5 years between the births of my 2 sons, I experienced 2 miscarriages. With the second, my body did not on its own complete the process of a miscarriage. I needed the compassionate care of my OBGYN to assist with the removal of the fetus. That was a personally painful and entirely common experience. Now in many states, doctors may hesitate to perform that type of medical procedure for fear of being accused of performing an abortion, further putting women's lives at risk. With the vote today, the Commonwealth continues to serve as a national leader, a beacon of hope, and a place of refuge in compassion, in safety, and in liberty. Our Democratic majority House will further codify our Commonwealth's protection of abortion today, addressing cost barriers and simplifying access to contraception, while protecting our medical providers who have dedicated their careers to life-saving health care. Last week, our Republican governor introduced many of these provisions in his executive order. Through these actions, the Commonwealth demonstrates that abortion and reproductive justice are not partisan issues. These are human rights issues. As such, I urge you to join me in supporting House 4930.